So, for a while I've been wanting to make a video about how I trim my calluses. They're not really horrible, but when they get to a certain point, I like to cut them off. A lot of people think that calluses are good for you, that they protect you in some way. When you're working out or rock climbing or things like that, they can actually hurt you. They'll pinch up and rip off, and that can cause damage to the surrounding skin that can give you an injury that can keep you out of doing what you want to do for at least a couple days. Any sport that requires a grip. So, just going to go through what I do probably every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month, depending. It seems like over time, the more I've done it, the longer I can go between. And using lotion on your hands, usually like after I get out of the shower, I'll put it on, and that helps as well. And also, you'll see, but I use a lot of lotion when actually trimming the calluses to help that new skin form and be healthy. So let's get into it. Okay, so this camera is a little awkward as the flip on the screen occurs like 75% in, so this is kind of a weird angle that I didn't want to use, but I think it gives me the best option for trying to figure out how the mirror so I can see what I'm actually showing you. Anyway, so first thing I do is lotion the actual area I'm going to trim off. I'll probably start with the outer edge. You can see that nice callus right there, the bulb. Looks like I'm gonna get this one too, so make sure I lotion those up. When I put the lotion on, I'm just using a Gold Bond Ultimate with aloe, something that was laying around the house. It makes them slice off easier in my experience, so I usually do that once prior, and then also I'll be doing it intermittently while slicing and dicing. As for the razor, went to Walmart, got a pack of these extendable, adjustable, snappable blades. There's like a pack of 3 for like $1.50 or something. Really cheap, super sharp. Have definitely sliced myself on accident. What I like about this, and I started out using just a regular straight edge, but I found like this, but it makes it very difficult to get into some of the spaces on your hands at times. So I found that having this and being able to adjust the length makes it a lot more useful, and I can utilize it to get spaces I couldn't get with the straight edge, just the regular box cutter blade. Anyway, I don't know how close this is. I'll try to do some zooms, but let's see. Zoom here a little bit without being too boring. Press flat against the skin and just pull over it. See it pulling up that callus, and obviously I guess I should say, don't try this at home, because if you slice your hand off, I don't want to be held responsible. Let's see if I can get a zoom, see if I can get a focus. Okay, so, and I'll just scrape over that just to make it smooth it out, because the callus is that it's got the one little lump. It's just difficult to get in the frame every time. Let's see, wide angle. It's got that one little lump, and then it kind of spreads out in directions, obviously depending on what actions you do and which directions. So like if you grip certain things, like for me, the dumbbells probably cause these the most, so they tend to form closer to the outside edge, and then I just, anything that sticks to the razor, downward motion, pull that off. A little sticky because of the lotion. All good, lotion it up. Woo! You can see why I've cut myself. I'm not real safe with the razor blade, huh? Okay, let's see. Man, it's so difficult. Get in the frame. And it's kind of just riding over the skin and slicing up the excess. And then just trim around the edge of it. Maybe go up a couple times, get that real smooth at the bottom line. And you can feel over it, and you can feel where the edges still are. If you still feel that edge, you can work on that until you get it right. As long as you don't put a very sharp downward angle on it, it slides pretty well, especially with the lotion on there. So, at least in my skin, which tends to be very sensitive, soft and sensitive, and definitely after the trim, the areas where they were will be sensitive, and especially depending on how close you cut it, how close you smooth it, those areas will be sensitive whenever you go to grip for a little bit. But it'll be fresh skin, which is a lot less likely, healthy skin, which is a lot less likely to bunch up and tear than these big patches of dead skin. So, and so this is where the extendable razor comes in handy, because I can get in and swivel around, and I can extend it longer if I need to get some of these areas without, so it basically floats over areas. Let's see if I can, man, I wish this was a better design. Okay. Chunks of skin. And I'll probably spend 30 minutes to an hour doing this. Come in at different angles sometimes. Gotta be real careful that you don't come in at that angle on that inside piece of that the webbing between the fingers, because that will slice, especially on the tip. Just got the trash can below catching all this. I'm not doing it onto the floor. These, a lot of times I don't get them real close because it becomes very hazardous to my health. Start slicing on something I don't want to slice on. So it'll still have a little lump in the center. Sometimes crossing the finger over like this, so it pumps up this little area, especially in this middle finger, and especially on my left hand, I find that it really helps. So sometimes you got to do that. And when you press, you can see the dead skin fold upwards. You can be able to, it's kind of translucent, you see through it, so easy way to tell that you're picking up the dead skin and not slicing off your hand. On accident. So when I cut myself, this is going to be a super awesome video. Okay, so that one's pretty good. And I don't know if you can see with this horrible lighting. Well, good job, focus. Jeez Louise, camera. Okay, never mind. Try to do something good. So that's 1 out of 10 or 12. So, on to the next one. Love the easy slice. Like gold. Uh-oh, that one's on the floor. Ta-da! Like a contact. Nobody move! Drop my skin. Yeah, that first really good slice on the big ones. Nice. And the cleanup crew has to come in. And obviously the other thing with a razor, you don't want to have any slicing movements, you just want to have grading movements. Slicing movements will slice you open. Smarty pants. Time to break this razor blade down and get some fresh edge, because I've been using it for a while. I'm sure it's still very sharp, but could be sharper. More power. Pretty good, pretty good. These are tricky. On the knuckle like this, my bone sticks out really good, so I want to trim it actually real close. I've done that, and it gets very painful because that bone sticks out. So it feels like it should be smoother, and you start cutting and you actually get down. You go a little too deep if you're not careful. So you kind of have to be aware. Be aware of your body and how the skin folds and builds. Good stuff. It's going to be great when I go back to this video and find out that half the time I was out of frame. Good job. Good job, Homestar. Thanks, Coach Z. Okay. Always with the grading motion. Flat, straight, scrape across. I'll do this, and I'm going to take a minute and just lotion over the parts I've already sliced, and get the next couple parts again, because I can feel it starting to dry out. You can kind of see, kind of feel, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'll actually leave one not lotioned, and then you can kind of see it starts to looking like real dried out patch. The new skin underneath where the callus was. That new skin dries out real quickly, so really helpful to have the lotion. You see, it just builds up a real fine skin dust when you scrape over it. Lotion. It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. Let's see. motion the good ones. And I'll leave the knuckle. Rub it in good, son. Oops. Or maybe I won't. Say I will. Say I'll leave one open. Really don't wanna. I don't want to leave it open. I want it to be healed and healthy. For the sake of the video, I want it to show, but for the sake of my own safety, I want it to be healed. You can see this one started peeling. So, not good to have patches of peeling skin when you're lifting heavy weights or holding your body weight up onto a boulder. Start getting sweaty. No good, no fun. Okay, some nice big one. Just slices right off. Booyah! So thick. Thick, thick, thick. Da 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 da. Eat it. Da 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 da. Eat it. Yeah, that first slice is so good. It takes all of that big chunk off. You just gotta clean it up a little bit. Clean it up on the edges. Da 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 da. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I think you get the general idea. I'm probably not going to film my left hand, even though it's a little more difficult because I'm right-handed. So some of the angles I have to use feel a little different, even though probably shouldn't. But eat it. Woohoo! So, you know, all day. Just grades it up, man. Takes it all off of there. That dead skin. So, to your health, everyone. Trim your calluses. Do you more harm than good. Woo! I was too high out of frame on that one. But that felt a little like healthy skin I was cutting. Woo! Gotta get in that edge. How you gonna do it? Gotta be creative sometimes. Or just leave it. Sometimes it's better just to leave it. It'll grow out. You can just trim it all off at another day. Won't be super smooth on that one edge. Anyway, so that's the video for trimming calluses. So don't try this at home. Too late. You can't even tell, but yeah, so much better to get them all off and be smooth again. So, hope you enjoyed. Hope it was informative. Peace.